Welcome to Teledal TV. This is Beyond the Scores in the AFCON special edition. Every day, ñu ngi leen a isil reactions and analysis of yesterday and today's action. As always, my name is Taf Wada, your host. Ñu ngi leen join tey suma ñaari co-hosti o looleen ko buga oye analyst Uncle Tijan Jane ak Ousmane Gueye. Yéen ñaar maa ngi leen a nuyu and welcome to the show.
jërëjëf Tafuwaada mbokk yi ñoo seetaan Teledal TV ñu ngi am mbégte delluwaat ci beneen AFCON analysis here on the Teledal TV mu doon nag ab mbégte bu rëy rëy dellu si waat tey ànd ak kii nga xam ne moom mooy Tafuwaada waaye tey tamit ànd ak kii nga xam ne mooy beneen daanaan.
jërëjëf waaye taf si dalal bu ma dalal si beneen sports fii si Teledal TV di wax viewers yëpp ñu toog ñu déglu ñu enjoy show bi ñu enjoy analysis jërëjëf.
waaw kañ lu ñu leen wax démba ne AFCON bi start na te lu ñu waxoon mooy ne AFCON dafa unpredictable and day 2 was no different. We had 3 games where we'll go through all of the games and then to preview games you start tey where there's a jam-packed 4 games of action tey. We'll be right back after break bi. Welcome back on Teledal TV. This is Beyond the Scores, giving you all AFCON that you need right here on Teledal TV. Demba games started with a very tightly contested game. First game between Mali and Zambia. I was going into the game, I thought I wanted to see between ñaari teams yooyu ku mënoon a jël advantage to try to stay close to Morocco at the top of Group A. And it didn't disappoint. 1-1 between the 2 African teams, and it was a lot of chances. Both teams maybe will be happy with the draw. How did you guys see the Mali and Zambia game, Demba?
waaw jërëjëf Taf Demba comme ni ma ko waxoon the day before that we are going to see a keenly contested encounter between Mali and Zambia. Gis nga Mali lu ma leen waxoon rek one of their strengths mooy they are very physical in the game. And yesterday also we have seen a well-disciplined side, both Mali and that of Zambia as well. A whole lot of people, analysts, sports journalists, and fans, they were all tipping Mali to march out of the game. But like I said, this is AFCON. Surprises will happen.
Always.
And yesterday we've seen Zambia, stepping up the game. The last minute equalizing, and everybody was thinking that the Malians were going to snatch the 3 points, but football is football, and that was that was the story.
It was very AFCON, like last minute. We talked about it, Damon. You weren't on the show, but what did you see from that game? Mali will feel a little like...
Dama start for Uncle T jëlee rek mooy discipline bi. Zambia were so disciplined. So seetaanee game bi because Zambia's whole 90 minutes bi they have only 2 certain target mooy benn bu gaay score. You understand? And then Zambia first certain target mu came at the 73rd minute. Mola wan lu Uncle T wax how disciplined Zambia is their lineup. Though seen kanam bi nekkuñ woon di def dara. You understand? Because Mali daf ko press woon démba. Te Mali si force bi amoon nañ chance pour Mali daal comme capitalisation seen chance loolu bokk na si lu nga xam ne moo gën a sonal Mali. But nga gis ne Mali tamit dem na ñu am penalty bu Bilal Touré loss ñu demaat xam nga amaat chance soo lucky guys sina yu ko score goal bi. But di wax ni Zambia tamit ne amoon nañ attaque bi nga xam ne mënoon nañoo hunt Mali. But attaque bi daal dama woogul bu baax daal dama foog ne daal they were so defensive daal dama Zambia were so defensive but xam nga the likes of foo amee like Banda for amee parts in Dakar. These are players yi nga xam ne mën nañoo hunt anybody. Because these people are Europe playing in Italian Serie A, high leagues in Europe. You understand? ñii mën nañoo hunt any team. But dama gis ne démb daal seen coach xam naa ne he will work on that. Try nu Zambia di attaqué when Zambia suñ attaqué rek dinañ am dara soo bàyyi xel démb sax saa yu gars yi demee si kanam rek dañ dee mën a move ball because am nañ certain players yi nga xam ne they can move the ball forward but yesterday ñu gis ne xëy na Mali moo ko gën a ëpp doole game bi ñu gis mu en last minute parce que ndaka góolam bi celebration bu ne gaañu bu ga dama baatam but that was a nice goal from Patsin Daka.
Like I said, especially first round of games, I think teams here and they not lose.
Exactly.
So mune desi game before as long as possible, you can kind of stay in and good things can happen for you.
Plus Mali they have a very good record because they are 14 games unbeaten run. 14 games unbeaten run. Currently.
Yeah, they're one of the top teams
one
right
of the
now
top teams in Africa.
The tournament.
Yeah.
In transition to second game B. Like we said yesterday, South Africa come into the tournament along with Morocco as probably the hottest team in Africa.
Exactly.
And Bafana, they were in a dogfight. Then were on then HO Puti because Angola giving up, but South Africa took the early lead and Angola stuck there. Uncle T, what did you see from that game, that second AFCON game yesterday?
Yesterday, actually, I was predicting a draw. Man lola predict on T game B. But yesterday we've seen South Africa putting up a very wonderful performance. They call the Bafana boys. You know, yesterday actually they put up a very good fight, and even if you look at it in terms of statistics, I think South Africa was at something like 52%, and then these Angolans are like 48%. Shots on target was like South Africa 4, Angola 3. So all that shows you how tightly, contested the game was yesterday. And of course, you have to give a big term to South Africa. And actually, when they won, because I was watching from my house and from Super Sports, and eventually they have to cut to different parts in South Africa. And yesterday, from Pretoria to Johannesburg, man, South Africa was boom. Everybody was celebrating.
Yeah. Man, reaction of fans after games, during the games are some of my favorite parts of the tournament. Then they get decades and culture and how passionate and how seriously they take AFCON. Log is the game be us.
Man, I'm not a cheers to Foster, guys, and striker. Bonley send striker. Because Demba score assist na bena mu score bena. Then mo gis ne tamit mom mo jël man of the match. But game no mo gisee South Africa dañ nekk team wax ne they are very compact. And nga xawal dem 11 bu gay tek only 4 players ñoo nekk di play outside of South Africa.
Very local.
Lot of them
home based players.
Lot of them mu won la ne how strong their league is. Only 4 players ñoo nekk di play outside. Half they are playing in Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. And the other South African team. How strong the South African league is. South African league study in the footballers from Europe, but before they develop. Most of their players are playing in the South African league.
And there's positives to that. Dang they mean and dang they ham guys. So sometimes they may see and they play until 4 months, hamulo strengths in you.
Exactly.
You play week in hamga send strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly.
So I think there's some benefits to teams you hamne then local based players.
Exactly.
And they can kind of have that same idea with the coach.
Exactly. The game with them na game tight. It was a very tight game because Angola time over bar.
Angola they good. Yeah, they call them the Palancas Negras.
Exactly.
Very interesting name.
Palancas Negras. They derived that name from this giant, they call it, it's a giant antelope.
Antelopes, okay.
Wow, it's a giant antelope. Okay. Sometimes it's a black, they call it the black antelope.
Okay.
So, Palancas Negras.
Exactly.
From that.
Exactly.
And yes, definitely yesterday Angola, they put up a very good game. Although at the end of it, because when South Africa made the changes, that is what brought an entire, change to the whole game. And then it was too difficult for the Angolan defense to resist that attacking force from South Africa.
Exactly.
And eventually, it really pays well for them.
Exactly.
Right. And then the other big game in Group B yesterday was from the late game between Egypt and Zimbabwe that took place, where we also saw another late goal for Egypt to get a win. Very tight game as well. Egypt had to come from behind, which was a surprise. But in AFCON, nothing is a surprise. Osna, start see you this time. What did you see from Egypt? And were you impressed with Salah and Marmoush? The big names stepping up for Pharaohs.
Egypt, they did, at the start of the game, they did not respect Zimbabwe.
I quite agree with you.
They did not respect Zimbabwe. The way they approached the match was terrible for Egypt. They wanted to play high balls. High ball lañ bëggoon a play. But then gis ne Zimbabweans they are so too physical. ñoom ñëpp ay ponkal leen. And then Egyptians yi amuñ doole bu baax. So Egypt bu ñu xamee ne moo tax that changes bu mu happen ne bu saay génnee mit bu gaay génnee mu indi physical player. mu nekk waaw exactly.
mu move Marmoush.
Exactly bu mu nante seen player bi mu nga indi kooku Moustapha Mohamed kooku la dugal. yaa ngi understand bu kooku duggee kooku xal naa physical tuuti xam naa am doole tuuti bu kooku duggee moo cause Egypt si la commencé li but Egypt nu ngay approche game bi gars yi dañ gis ne dem ba si yàgg gis ne Zimbabwe ñëwuñ pour caaxaan si diggante boobu la Zimbabwe score ting si gën a xaat seen kaw si la Egypt dem ñoom tam gars yi change seen footballing style nga xam ne su gars yi doon play long ball si du leen féebu because Zimbabwe dañ physical trop si la gars yi dem change seen footballing style commencé di play Salah play si flank si because noonu rek la gars yi mën a def gars yi weak Zimbabwe ibil leen up because Egypt tamit seen doole bi yëpp si flank bi la si lañ commencé dugal si flank si between the lines dugalal Omar Marmoush benn Omar moom si la commencé di am ay touches yooyu noonu yaa ngi understand si la gars yi dem ba score ñu gis tam si last minute bi xam nga rek experience player
quality really
counts Salah benn touch la am si box bi def ko fa si biir ball bi
exactly I quite agree with you because dama foog ne the Egyptians joxuñ match bi gëdd bi nga xam ne moom lañ soxla because like I said no African country goes to this tournament xam nga rek with damay dem rek pour ñu dóor ma or no I'm just going there to fill the gap so it doesn't matter there are no underdogs in the tournament so the most important thing is you respect each and every opponent right lum laaj nga jox ko it was going to be very embarrassing for Egypt if they should lose yesterday match and they will have no other persons or people to blame other than themselves because look for almost the entire first half right there were no threatening shots taken and we haven't seen that accuracy you know the Egyptian team one thing is their tactical discipline
exactly
and in fact that is why they won the game
that's why they won the game
so in the first half comme li nga wax na bi ñëwee rek parampara ba pare you know the North Africans bàyyi leen xel dañ baax ci fast football
they are always fast
but the thing is also the dynamics it's changing
it's changing
because other African countries yi tamit léegi that's the same thing ba pare African football is physical it's really physical gars yi dañoo dem ba jeex and then of course when Omar Mahmoud scored the goal and in fact the build up to that goal I realized that the Egyptians to a point where Zimbabwe they could not contain the attacking force of the Pharaohs.
Exactly.
And of course their talisman you know the Liverpool
King of Egypt
you know
exactly
this is where experience. You know, really plays and this is where being a world-class player comes into play.
Exactly.
For affaire bi xatee fi nga xam ne foofu la ko gars yi soxle
exactly
foofu la Mo Salah jóor rek bombardé dal di sil
and then xool angle nu mu gombee bool bi si biir at that tight space nu mu bool ak angle bu mu def bool moo la woon ne how important quality a player is soo ko amee sa team bi
yes of course
it is always important nga am quality player sa team bi
AFCON if man I look at it as moment of brilliance and teams yu am players yoo xam ne game bi nekk de di dem lu baax sa or dara waaye dinañ la mun a isil dara out of nothing.
Yeah.
loolu mooy AFCON cause AFCON doo ñëw door team 3-4 not and nga outclass leen.
Exactly.
dafa dang.
Exactly.
So you have moments and when you have players like that at any moment they can have those type of lead.
Exactly.
Another thing, and I think it was similar to Morocco.
Morocco.
Win AFCON bi foog nga adapt.
Okay, adapt, exactly.
So games dafa ñëw nga am sa game plan nga ñëw half time nga realize ne workut. I think comme loo leen doon wax Egypt dañ ñëw they thought ne ñii mun nañoo just nii ak gaay.
Exactly.
Why I was impressed ne dañ adapt. Okay, we can play a different style. Nañ isi striker boobu.
Exactly.
You play wide.
Exactly.
So for me, even though I was a little disappointed, I feel like for a tournament team, it's good for you to show ne okay, maybe lead dohut. Why did I adapt to another way?
And if you look at the between the two nations, in 1996 in the AFCON in South Africa, you know the two they met.
They met, okay.
Egypt won. Yeah. It was 2-1.
2-1.
Wow.
Yes.
The same scoreline.
The same scoreline. And the one they played in Tunisia as well, I think. Yes, that one also was 2-1.
Exactly.
The one that they play in Egypt,
Okay.
that was in 2019. It was Trezeguet that scored the only goal.
Yes, Egypt. That
So
Trezeguet
yesterday
strike,
also
it's
it
always
was
a closely
Back
matched up.
yes.
so I think it would have been you know for Egypt to underrate Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Because they have a history and all their encounters really very
goal,
tough.
goal, it's always tough.
We've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Well, lu ñoo def mooy dañoo jël quick break. That was yesterday's action. Suñ dellusee will give you all the preview analysis for today's games with 4 matchups coming. You don't want to miss it right after this break here on Beyond the Scores. Welcome back to Teledal TV. This is Beyond the Scores, bringing you AFCON preview and analysis all tournament long. I'm here sat alongside Uncle T ak Ous Faye. Ñu ngi leen a Ous Gay balal ma. Ñu ngi ñëw game baa ngi ñëw start si between DR Congo ak Benin or start na 12:30 kickoff. It's another tightly opening round game, so I expect that it will be tightly contested. Congo is coming in with a strong back line. They have a lot of experienced players, slight favorites, but a team like Benin, who have made tournament runs before, know Nakanenyo play a tournament. How do you see this one?
Well, the AFCON 2025 for Benin is a long awaited. So in 2021 and 2023, they were missing. In fact, for Benin, their best performance was in 2019,
Quarterfinal.
when they went up to the quarterfinals in Egypt.
Exactly.
So the long-awaited time is up. So for me, I'm expecting to see a different Benin, because you can see that there is that hunger, that desire. They want to win. They want to be somewhere else. Remember going all the way to the quarterfinals. That was a big boost for them. And then all of a sudden there was a drop. Now 2025 is their year.
Yeah?
Yes.
How do you see that
Well,
one?
the game is on between Congo and Benin. But Benin, you take a very strong backline.
Yeah.
Because Wan Bissaka, Chancel member,
Congo.
Tuan Zebe, Maswaku.
Wow.
These are all experienced players. These are all experienced players. They play in the Premier League. Understand? Maybe member but the other rest, you play in the Premier League. Wan Bissaka play in Manchester United. The Congo, recently, they have a very good record. They have a very good record in terms of even African Cup and the World Cup playoff. Because them it's international playoff.
Yep. Ñom door Nigeria.
Ñom ñoo door Nigeria. Guys, them international playoff.
Yep.
Against African Cup last year, last African AFCON.
Semi-final.
Exactly, semi-final. Fourth best team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So for the last few years, they've been one of the toughest teams in Africa.
Lolo yëpp cause mooy so they indi professional footballers sa team. So they very professional football. Congo they over very professional footballers in team.
Yeah.
Half of their players
I think they are blessed with that.
They are blessed with professional footballers. You understand? Half of them are playing in these big clubs in Europe. You understand?
So quickly, what do you think the scores will be?
I'll go for Congo.
Like
2-0 lead. 2-0.
Man, I'll do 1-0 Congo.
For me, I think I will go 1-1.
1-1. Tight game. I think it will be a close game.
It's a close game,
I
yes.
think I'll go for 1-1.
That's another thing. You see predictions in England,
Yeah.
every day how we did compared to you
Well,
said
I mean,
Nakane
exactly,
But
exactly.
AFCON is unpredictable. But I think it should be a good game kicking off right now. Go tune in and watch a very good
game. And as
game.
we progress into the tournament, for our viewers, you follow in our Facebook and YouTube, and of course our TikTok channel. You can be part of the discussion. Send us your comments. We will read it. If you want, we'll equally, mention your name, and then just to make it that
interactive,
more interactive. And besides that, if you are a good sports analyst, you know this game, and then you want to be part of this platform, just go to our Facebook page, drop us a message and your contact number. Hopefully, we will get back to you, and we will invite you to be part of our analysts for this AFCON 2025.
Lovely. Like he said, we want you guys to be part of this. And we want to hear what you think and everything about this tournament. The 3 o'clock game, suñ neighbors yi, suñ mbokk yi, Senegal, ñoom ñu ngi Teranga Lions yi. Ñoom ñu ngi start seen opening kickoff be pour Group D against Botswana in a game where they're favored. But like we say in AFCON, you can't take any team lightly. And in that first game especially, it's important for Senegal to try to get off to a good start.
And let me just say this. For me, so far, I think Senegal has one of the most formidable squad.
100%.
100%. And I'm seeing them all the way to the finals. The
Early
Lions.
prediction.
No, I'm telling you. No.
Uncle Stab.
Final be then center. You know what? They are also one of those few countries that are blessed with quality players, world-class players, who are most of them play in big leagues.
All over.
So it's a very complete team. Senegal, I'm fan free pair.
No.
And balance bugay because they have youngsters yo hamne ñu ngi ñew buga wone sen bopa.
They want to prove.
But they also have market where we've been here before. So they tournament bi dara dafa xew. Sometimes so amé talented players why they young su ñoo nekk ci biir tangay bi. Maybe xam nga dem quarter final mu nekk 0-0 sa xel bi dem. Why yangi am Koulibaly, yangi am Mendy, yangi am Mané, ñi def nañ ko before. So dinañ mëna calm down do yi ne len okay, relax, we can get through this.
Yes, of course.
So man, I like the balance of they have young talented players and also veteran experience to balance that.
With due respect to Botswana, but this will be an easy win for Senegal.
Easy. What is your
easy win for Senegal? Senegal.
For me, I'll just go 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, in favor of Senegal.
Yes, and their last two meetings, Botswana didn't score. Senegal won both games.
But tournament football is different.
I know, but it's not Senegal. They bring a super. Senegal is the Brazil of Africa.
No, the chance.
Yeah, the Brazil of Africa.
I like that.
Yes.
Senegal.
Like them or
not, or hate them. They are the Brazil of Africa.
Of course.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is 3-0 for Senegal.
2-3-0.
Yes.
Man, I will go for a little lighter. Man, I'll do 2-0. But I think Senegal comfortably should win that one in the 3 o'clock games. And then we'll move to the 5:30 games. Another one of the West African giants. Nigeria versus Tanzania.
Super Eagles. Big brothers.
They're coming off the disappointment of not making World Cup B. Te hamna Nigeria ñom chow. So mekute World Cup bi guy ñu ngi sen fans are complaining. So there's a lot of pressure for them to step up for this AFCON. But they have so many talented players. They have world-class players, some would say. So you can always expect them to be there about as contenders. Send opening game respect to Tanzania as well. They were able to get through to the AFCON in a tough group. So they are a good team that fights hard. How do you see that 5:30 game coming up today?
This time round, I'm just going to be a little bit biased again. Big brother Nigeria, the experience that they have, in this continental tournament and, the quality players and stuff. for me, I think it's just going to be an easy ride for them.
Easy ride. Oh,
Yes.
Nigeria, man, I feel they Nigeria, then you have sent big effort to win African Cup because for 12 years winning Cup. I understand. Dahanin for some coach buneka. But Nigeria, man, I feel coach is not the problem. Discipline of the footballers is the problem. Nigeria, the quality footballers like I'm young, you match any team in the world. Nigeria, man, they all come England. It's like England. They bari chow. They are the England of Africa. They bari chow. You understand?
I like that.
Superstar, you bari. But faculty proper tournament, they don't respect the tournament.
Yeah.
They unfeel how many times you get change coach? But this time, like Malian coach, Eric Chelle, Malian. Let's see in the mom dina muna defal guy dara. But I'm the squad being on the muna dem final, muna win cup bisa. They have that squad.
100%. Man, I think they'll be upset because making World Cup be.
Yeah,
why sometimes Lolo tam daf they muna add pressure.
Exactly.
Man, opening game, I don't think Tanzania is a bad team. So I think it'll be a little closer. I think I can see Nigeria winning maybe 1-0. But I think opening game I think it'll be maybe second half they'll get a goal to Lee. So man, I'll predict 1-0 for the Nigeria.
I'm going for 2-0.
2-0
for Nigeria.
Yeah, and you guys feel comfortable.
I'm going for 4-0.
4.
Exactly.
Trashing.
Very possible.
Very possible.
I'm telling you.
Big brother Nigeria there. Uncle Tina for go.
No,
for possible, sir.
No. The thing is, like you said, we they respect this tournament. They respect the game. No, do chahan.
No, 5 something ko joge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Send attack we
But
but for
the thing is-
Osimhen, look man. Look at that striker. Iwobi. These people.
No, the chahan. Du guy de wax la rek.
Exactly.
Képp ko xamné Nigeria moy sa client mom do nelaw.
And then
but that's the beauty of the whole game.
and then final game we have another North African giant, Tunisia ñom ñu ngi play Uganda in another game that should be very interested in that group. How do you guys see that one as the final game of the day at 8 o'clock? Tunis are obviously one of those North African teams that have had a lot of success Africa.
Oh yes, of course.
They normally make World Cups and they're always very disciplined tactically. They also have a lot of players that play abroad and in Europe. So Tunis are usually a contender that you can't sleep on.
Uganda, I'm not seeing them, like a top-notch squad that is coming into the AFCON. So probably Tunis might find an easy ride on them. Yeah.
Oh.
Tunisia, dafa nekk team boo xam ne they are always present at African Cup and comme na ko waxee World Cup. Since 1994 la gars yi géej ñaaka lifin African Cup. Tunisia dafa nekk dëkk boo xam ne they are always they are every time ñu ngi present ci African Cup and then always dañ dee ñëw ak team bi nga xam ne comme ni ko Uncle T waxoon si bu njëkk bi football yi naar dafa gaaw and then Tunisia da ngaa xool ne seen team bi experience dañ dee indi experience. You understand? yaa ngi may seen former player bi Man United, Hannibal Mejbri is part of the squad. Hamza Rafia, all these players they are players yi nga xam ne they are good though play on high level football but jaaroon nañ si academy of these big clubs. You understand? te Tunisia every time ñoom African Cup first round bokkuñ si de ñoom dañoo jaala feneen la ñoo toogee de waaye not first round doo dee xalaat first round dañ faa toog feneen la ñoo jaal toogee waaye nekkul first round.
Very predictable.
so game bi daal man nu ma ko prédigué daal dama jox Tunisia 1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, win.
Man dinaa leen jox 2 a little more comfortable.
Maybe for Uganda mu leen a xaw a contain a little bit. Uganda they need to play a little bit slow.
Slow football, exactly.
Well,
slow.
frustrate them.
You frustrate them. One. And two, mooy for each time they build a counter. Bu ñu lose rek na gaay they have to play with a defensive mind.
Exactly.
For me.
Exactly.
Xëj na loolu mun na cee génne
Ugandans, yeah.
in terms of xam nga duma yi ñu leen a teg
Exactly.
dina xaw a wàññeeku. Yes. Because li xaw mooy certain most of these North African countries like xam nga naar seen football dafa gaaw moo tax soo leen toppee ci gaawaay boobu noonu non dañ la dee fi daaw
dañ laa fi daaw
da ngaa sona
loolu moo dee ibi ko gaab si
because duñ la dee ne fi nga nookee
non duñ la ko may sax
because they play fast football it prevent their opponents from even implementing their game plan so the the best thing to slow them down, the best way to frustrate them is at least to play a little bit slower and to be a little bit defensive. You know?
Yep. So well said, guys. Kañ wax ngeen yëpp loolu nañ am yëpp pour tey suñ show bi Beyond the Scores. Game yaa ngi start already. Go out and watch AFCON. It should be another jam-packed day. 4 games of AFCON. Beyond the Scores here with Usman Gay and Tijan. Uncle T, ñu ngi leen a taago and ñu thank leen xaw ma na da ngeen bëgg a wax dara pour suñ guest yi ak ñuy seetaan.
non tey su fekkoon ne tey bu fekkoon ne suma checkbook bi soriwutoon ma woon. léegi laay bind check dem ci airline bi léegi dem Sénégal dem seetaani seen I just love the way the Senegalese
atmosphere bi atmosphere bi man boobu laay xaar man 3 o'clock game bi
it's just so entertaining. non tey ku dem biir Dakar beneen affaire la moo nekk beneen affaire.
waaye Dakar su dee maybe waa Dakar ni ngay seetaan. su dee yaa ngi
beneen affaire la
su dee yaa ngi Dakar xam naa ne
ambiance la
exactly
ñoom kay lii jàmm bi mooy na Sénégal fexe wiin.
waaw da ngay fexe
waaye buñ durooy
Gambia moom dina ne
parce que Sénégal ñëpp coach la dinañ leen ŋàññi ba booy discourage but we wish them all the best. ñu ngi leen di ñaanal yal na leen yàlla may ndam teranga Sénégal yàgg nañ di leen support ñoom itamit yàgg nañ di support Scorpions kon nag ñun ay doomi ndey lañ tey bu gaay yi di dem xare ji lu ñuy ñaan rek mooy bu ñu daanu ci xare googu noonu kon teranga la yoon ca kaw ca kanam waaw
thank you very much Ous xaw ma na da nga bëgg a tàggoo sa analysis bi
waaw man tam maa ngi sant di gërëm boobu viewers yi ñu doon seetaan fii si Teledal TV rek suñ di wax sénégalais good luck si gars seen game bi bon di wax dama fàtte tamit di wax good luck Ugandan si suñ foo ma ko baax ne ka Pol Pot
waa démb
despite jox ma leen favorite but good luck to Ugandans suñ foo ma ko baax ne ka Gambia di Pol Pot
ñu ngi la send support for a good set of games today. Enjoy your AFCON viewing and be right back here tomorrow for more AFCON preview from today's games and analysis and also previewing tomorrow's games. Thank you very much. Ñu ngi leen a ñaanal.